Hello and welcome to today's episode with Lovingly Guided. I am your host, Nikki Lee, and today I'm going to talk about a kind of a reel that I came across of. Yeah, there we go. And talk about why this is so brilliant. I came across this girl and she was talking about her 1,000 rejection year and a few of the things that she actually has gotten from chasing after 1,000 rejections of the year for 2026. And why this is so, it's brilliant. I'm trying this. I am so excited to actually do this and try it. And I'll get in that in just a second. Before we really get into this, I'm going to get back and do grounding meditations again to start off. So as long as you are not driving, either close your eyes or gently look down to the ground. And I want you to get yourself into a comfortable position. So we're going to start by taking in 3 deep breaths. And we're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and release for 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just continue doing that to the count of 4. So inhale, hold, exhale, keep breathing deeply. Now I want you to imagine that you are in a white room. There is nothing around you. It's just everywhere you look, it's white. And then all of a sudden, a beam from above comes down. And this beam can be whatever color feels good to you. It can be gold, purple, blue, whatever feels right. And it's going in through the top of your head. And it is filling us with so much light and love. And so every time we are breathing in this light and love. And then every time we exhale, I want you to just imagine that whatever is no longer serving you is being released back out, and it's being released to be transmitted back to something good. Now I want you to imagine that there is a door right in front of you. And we're going to walk towards that door and we're going to open it. And when we open it, we're going to meet the version of ourselves who has not been scared to go after what they want, who has not allowed fear to get in their way, and who's had the chances to be rejected, not caring that they were rejected, and just going all in for everything that they want. How does this person look? how does this person stand? How does this person energetically feel to you? How do they speak? What are they doing? What are their main emotions? And now I want you to also just have a conversation with this person. And what is this person saying to you? Alrighty. You may stay in this space as long as you need to. And when you feel called to and ready, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. All right, welcome back. If I realized as I opened my eyes and came back that I have a habit of twirling in my chair. So if you're seeing the YouTube version of this, not just listening to the podcast, I kind of swing back and forth constantly. All right, so I'm gonna ask you, how did that feel? How did that feel, almost picturing that person of you? And because I wanted to kind of do that type of meditation before we get into why this 1,000 rejection year, going after 1,000 rejections, is so cool. Because with that meditation attached to that, you get to kind of picture who you would be if you never allowed fear to control or dictate or whatever may be in your life, right? And to really just go after things, even not knowing what that outcome may or may not be, right? And being okay with, hey, I might go for something and maybe right now I get that no, and that's okay, right? Because that probably means something even better might be coming along. And so this 1,000, going for that 1,000 rejections already starts to reprogram your brain to take the actions, to put yourself out there. Because once you take away, like, you're doing something, wanting an outcome, when you start going for things, almost looking for the rejection, you are going to start putting yourself in scenarios that you might not have even dreamed of at first. They might not even be things that you have wanted to go for, but you're like, hey, you know what? I'm going for 1,000 rejections this year, so why not just, for funsies, go out and try out for that play at the theater. Or, you know what? Maybe I'll go try for that commercial and try that acting gig. Or maybe I'll finally put in for this job that I've always kind of considered I didn't have the quite right resume, or didn't quite fit the job description, or didn't quite have all the qualifications for that job, right? But you're going to put it in anyway. And then all of a sudden, because you're putting yourself and putting in for all these things, you might not know what actually becomes a yes. And so before, you might not have done it because you were scared of the no. But now that you're chasing the no's, all of a sudden you're like, yep, we're going for it. Let's see how many no's we can get. And it's interesting because before I'd seen this girl's reel today, I wish I kind of would have followed her and paid more attention in the moment. I'm sure it's going to re-pop up, especially now that I'm talking about it, so I can. because I kind of had forgotten that when I used to do the MLN for Monet, that was actually a goal that we used to set for ourselves, was how many no's can I get this week? We stopped trying to get the yeses and we decided to chase after no's. And that way we would put ourselves out there more. And I completely forgot all about this because I think I did that like a few years ago and stepped away. I still use the products, but it no longer aligned with what I wanted and all of that. And I didn't have the time or energy to put into it anymore. And so we would chase the no's. And it did. I can remember when we first got brought that idea and I actually tried it. I can remember how it felt and how it no longer felt like I was like, I needed that yes, I needed, like it didn't have that energy to it anymore, that desperation energy, you know what I'm talking about? And so it really helped in that moment for me. It really helped me get out of that fear mindset. It really helped me to put myself out there, and it really helped me to actually start taking the action instead of saying I was going to do it and have like all these conversations, you know, ready to go, but then never actually doing anything because I would let that fear in, and I would get that like I couldn't, then all of a sudden I just couldn't move, take the action, and I wouldn't do anything with it, right? And that was one thing that really helped change my brain to just say, hey, you know what, let's do it. And it got me to take the action finally. And so if you are someone who maybe that's something they do struggle with, and they can struggle with that cycle, that fear block cycle of not taking the action and whatnot, maybe this is the exercise that's for you, right? And just start looking at it, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, the 1,000 rejections this year, but maybe to start with like say, hey, I'm going to get 10 rejections and then move from there and see how it goes, right? We don't have to put that exact number on it. So this is something I'm really excited to try. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just do one tonight. Like the moment I get off of this thing and say, hey, let's see what happens. But I'm really glad I saw that, and it just sparked so many more things. And I am so curious to know if you do try it, I want to hear how it goes for you. Like put it in the comments, please. What do you think of this idea? There's like kind of my explanation about how it can actually help rewire and kind of transform our brain. But rewire the brain. And I would love to hear even your thoughts on it, and how you think it could help you. So without further ado, I really hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful evening, a beautiful week, and I am just sending so much love your way. And yes, I hope you have a beautiful day, and as always, I love you.